As the release date for the highly anticipated iPhone 17 draws near, discussions about its potential features and pricing are becoming increasingly fervent. This new model is expected to introduce significant enhancements, including expanded memory and an upgraded camera system. Additionally, the prospect of a more compact design adds to the excitement surrounding its launch. One of the most pressing questions on consumers' minds is, what will the iPhone 17 cost? Several factors could influence its pricing, including tariffs, production costs, and the overall state of the US economy. Apple has not yet responded to inquiries regarding these speculations. While the new iPhone is set to be unveiled in September, specific pricing details will remain undisclosed until that time. However, we have analyzed various leaks, speculations, and pricing forecasts to identify strategies that may assist consumers in saving money when purchasing the new device. The impact of tariffs on iPhone pricing. In the context of ongoing trade tensions, tariffs have emerged as a significant factor that could affect the price of the iPhone 17. Although the imposition of increased retaliatory tariffs has temporarily paused, President Donald Trump recently took to social media to threaten Apple with a potential 25% duty on any iPhones manufactured outside the United States. This uncertainty surrounding tariffs adds another layer of complexity to the pricing landscape for the upcoming iPhone model. As we await further information, consumers are encouraged to stay informed about these developments, as they may play a crucial role in determining the final cost of the iPhone 17. As of now, a baseline tariff of 10% is applied to all imports, accompanied by a 30% levy on products sourced from China, where Apple continues to manufacture the majority of its devices. These rates are poised to increase in July, coinciding with the expiration of the temporary suspension of tariffs. This potential rise could lead to higher prices across the board, including for the highly anticipated iPhone 17. In light of these developments, consumers are encouraged to stay informed about the factors that may influence pricing and to consider their purchasing options for the new iPhone. Apple has adeptly navigated the initial impacts of these tariffs. Prior to their implementation, the company strategically stockpiled iPhones, and several of its products, including a range of phones and laptops, were included in President Trump's exemption list. Moreover, Apple has begun shifting some of its iPhone manufacturing from China to India, where the current tariff rates are more favorable. However, President Trump has urged Apple CEO Tim Cook to relocate iPhone production to the United States. Most analysts view this request as impractical in the short term, given the significantly higher labor and manufacturing costs in the US. Estimates suggest that an iPhone manufactured domestically could retail for as much as $3,500. This uncertainty surrounding production costs raises important questions about the pricing of future iPhone models. In early April, the Trump administration indicated that the exemption list would be temporary, with exclusions expected to expire within a month or two. Concurrently, Trump warned that semiconductors, which are critical for electronic devices, may soon face new tariffs. However, no specific details regarding the timing or potential tariff rates have been disclosed. As the situation evolves, it is essential for consumers and industry stakeholders to remain vigilant and informed about these developments, as they will undoubtedly impact the pricing landscape for Apple's products in the near future. Given the temporary nature of the current tariff reprieves, it is important to consider how tariffs may still influence costs by the time the anticipated iPhone 17 is set to launch. For example, if the existing reciprocal tariff moratorium expires, tariffs on imports from India could rise from 10% to 26% starting in July. Similarly, should the 90-day reprieve for China come to an end, tariffs on imports from that country could escalate dramatically from 30% to 145% in August. While experts caution that an increase in tariff rates does not necessarily lead to a proportional rise in iPhone prices, most analysts anticipate that there will be some impact on overall costs. The location of a phone's production is just one factor in the complex tariff calculation. Apple sources components for the iPhone from a diverse array of countries, which can significantly affect pricing. In light of the current tariff landscape, we can provide an estimate of what consumers might expect to pay for the upcoming iPhone 17, based on projected costs associated with the iPhone 16. It is important to note that these figures are estimates and not official prices from Apple. How might tariffs influence the price of the iPhone 17? The recently proposed 25% tariff on iPhones manufactured outside the United States could substantially increase the cost of the next iPhone model. We will continue to update this video with the latest pricing information as it becomes available. Now let's see what factors will influencing potential price increases for the next iPhone. As we anticipate the release of the next iPhone, several factors may contribute to a potential price increase. President Trump has previously criticized major retailers, such as Walmart and Amazon, for suggesting that tariffs could lead to higher consumer prices. In light of this, it is likely that Apple will avoid attributing any future price hikes to tariffs in order to mitigate any negative public response. Instead, Apple may choose to frame any price increases as a result of enhancements in features and investments in design. Despite the complexity surrounding tariffs, industry experts suggest that Apple may be overdue for a price adjustment, as it has been 5 years since the base model of the iPhone experienced a price increase. Each new generation typically introduces improved features and capabilities, making a price revision a reasonable expectation. Initial reports indicated that the iPhone 17 Air would be priced lower than the iPhone Pro. However, a March article from Bloomberg revised this expectation, suggesting that the anticipated cost of the iPhone 17 Air may be around $900, which is consistent with the current price of the iPhone 16 Plus. It is essential to recognize that these estimates are based on current production costs and do not factor in the potential impact of tariffs on the pricing of ultra-thin iPhones. The uncertainty surrounding the US economy, exacerbated by ongoing tariff disputes, has raised significant concerns about future market conditions. While a recent agreement with China to postpone certain tariffs has facilitated a recovery in the stock market following the substantial decline triggered by Trump's Liberation Day, this rebound may only provide temporary respite. Rising unemployment and inflation have prompted the Federal Reserve to adopt a cautious stance on interest rate reductions. Elevated borrowing costs could compel major corporations, such as Apple, to curtail spending and investment initiatives. When combined with increasing tariffs, this scenario could lead to disruptions in global supply chains, potentially limiting the availability of iPhones in the market and driving prices upward. Should inflation resurge, Apple may find it necessary to increase the prices of its forthcoming iPhone models. However, there exists a potential silver lining. A weakening economy might incentivize Apple to maintain stable pricing in order to preserve its competitive advantage. Nonetheless, this prospect may offer little reassurance to consumers who are hesitant to spend amid fears of an impending recession. One effective strategy for saving on Apple products is to consider purchasing last year's model instead of the latest release. However, if the new iPhone is introduced at a significantly higher price point, demand for older models may surge, potentially leading to price increases for these devices as well. Conversely, as industry expert Holland notes, if the prices of new iPhones rise, the value of older models is also likely to increase. For those contemplating the purchase of a new iPhone, trading in or selling an older device can help offset the overall cost. Even if Apple maintains stable pricing for new iPhones, the company may explore alternative strategies to recover increased costs. According to supply chain expert Joe Hudica, Apple could mitigate the impact of tariffs by raising prices on its services, including music, news, and internet plans. Hudica explains that we are likely to see these price increases in subscription services first, as they tend to appear less significant to consumers. While users will still incur costs, these will be distributed over time, making them more palatable. So, what can we realistically expect the price of a new iPhone to be? The truth is that we cannot determine the final pricing with certainty. Our estimates are based on fluctuating tariff regulations, historical pricing trends, and a mix of rumors and leaks, some of which may originate from insider information. Until Apple officially announces the anticipated iPhone 17, we can only provide our best predictions regarding its potential price tag. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is set to incorporate Apple's cutting-edge Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth combination chip, designed to deliver significantly improved internet speeds, reduced latency, and enhanced reliability. These advancements are especially advantageous for users who regularly stream high-definition content, participate in online gaming, or connect multiple wireless devices. By enabling next-generation connectivity, the iPhone 17 Pro Max aims to offer a seamless, lag-free experience, ultimately elevating both productivity and entertainment for its users. In the meantime, stay tuned for our detailed review of the iPhone 17 Pro Max, where we'll dive deeper into its features and performance. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more tech news. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.